गुरवे नमः।
श्री 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 गुरवे नमः।
आचार्य मां विजानीयान् नावमन्येत कर्हिचित्। नमर्त्यबुद्ध्या सूयेत सर्वदेव मयो गुरु। हे परम प्रियतम,
हे परम प्रियतम,
पूर्णतम पुरुषोत्तम श्री कृष्ण,
पूर्णतम पुरुषोत्तम श्री कृष्ण,
तुमसे विमुख होने के कारण,
तुमसे विमुख होने के कारण
अनादिकाल से हमने,
अनादिकाल से हमने
अनंतानंत दुख पाए,
अनंतानंत दुख पाए,
एवं पा रहे हैं,
एवं पा रहे हैं।
पाप करते करते,
पाप करते करते
अंतःकरण
अंतःकरण
इतना मलिन हो चुका है,
इतना मलिन हो चुका है
कि रसिकों द्वारा,
कि रसिकों द्वारा
यह जानने पर भी,
यह जानने पर भी
कि तुम अपनी भुजाओं को पसारे,
कि तुम अपनी भुजाओं को पसारे,
अपनी वात्सल्यमयी दृष्टि से,
अपनी वात्सल्यमयी दृष्टि से
हमारी प्रतीक्षा कर रहे हो,
हमारी प्रतीक्षा कर रहे हो।
तुम्हारी शरण में नहीं आ पाता,
तुम्हारी शरण में नहीं आ पाता।
हे अशरण शरण,
हे अशरण शरण,
तुम्हारी कृपा के बिना,
तुम्हारी कृपा के बिना
तुम्हें कोई जान भी तो नहीं सकता,
तुम्हें कोई जान भी तो नहीं सकता।
ऐसी स्थिति में,
ऐसी स्थिति में
हे अकारण करुण,
हे अकारण करुण,
पतित पावन श्री कृष्ण,
पतित पावन श्री कृष्ण,
तुम अपनी अहेतुकी कृपा से ही,
तुम अपने अहेतुकी कृपा से ही
हमको अपना लो,
हमको अपना लो।
हे करुणा सागर,
हे करुणा सागर,
हम भुक्ति मुक्ति आदि,
हम भुक्ति मुक्ति आदि
कुछ नहीं मांगते,
कुछ नहीं मांगते।
हमें तो केवल,
हमें तो केवल
तुम्हारे निष्काम प्रेम की ही,
तुम्हारे निष्काम प्रेम की ही
एकमात्र चाह है,
एकमात्र चाह है।
हे नाथ,
हे नाथ,
अपने विरध की ओर देखकर,
अपने विरध की ओर देखकर
इस अधम को निराश ना करो,
इस अधम को निराश ना करो।
हे जीवन धन,
हे जीवन धन,
अब बहुत हो चुका,
अब बहुत हो चुका,
अब तो तुम्हारे प्रेम के बिना,
अब तो तुम्हारे प्रेम के बिना
यह जीवन मृत्यु से भी अधिक भयानक है,
मृत्यु से भी अधिक भयानक है।
अतएव
प्रेम
भिक्षां देहि,
प्रेम भिक्षां देहि,
प्रेम भिक्षां देहि,
प्रेम भिक्षां देहि,
प्रेम भिक्षां देहि,
प्रेम भिक्षां देहि।
बोलिए साकेत बिहारी श्री राघवेंद्र सरकार की जय। वृंदावन बिहारी श्री यादवेंद्र सरकार की जय। श्रीमद सतगुरु सरकार की जय। जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। जयति जगत गुरु गुरुवर की, गाओ मेरी आरती रसिक वर की। गाओ गाओ मेरी आरती रसिक वर की। गुरु पद नख मणि चंद्रिका प्रकाश, जाके उर बस ताके मोह तम नाश। जाके मात नाथ तब हाथ कर वास, ताते हुए माया मोह सब ही निराश। पावे गति मति रति राधावर की, गाओ मेरी आरती रसिक वर की। गाओ गाओ मेरी आरती रसिक वर की। अरे मन मूढ़ छाड़ नारी नर हाथ, गुरु बिनु ब्रह्म शाहु न देंगे साथ। कोमल कृपालु बड़े कृपा सिंधुनाथ, पाके इन्हें आज तू अनाथ हो सनाथ। इन्हीं के अधीन कृपा गिरिधर की, गाओ मेरी आरती रसिक वर की। गाओ गाओ मेरी आरती रसिक वर की। भक्ति योग रस अवतार अभिराम, करे निगमागम समन्वयन नाम। श्यामा श्याम नाम रूप लीला गुण धाम, बाँटि रहे प्रेम निष्काम बिनु दाम। हो रही सफल काया नारी नर की,
गाओ मिली आरती रसिक वर की। गाओ गाओ मिली आरती रसिक वर की। ललीला लीला का सलोना सुविलास, छाया दिव्य दृष्टि द्विज प्रेम का प्रकाश। वैसा ही विनोद वही मंजू मृदुहास, करे बस बर बस उच्च अट्टहास। झूमी चले चाल वही नटवर की। गाओ मिली आरती रसिक वर की। गाओ गाओ मिली आरती रसिक वर की। जयति जगत गुरु गुरुवर की। गाओ मिली आरती रसिक वर की। गाओ गाओ मिली आरती रसिक वर की। आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी की। आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी। दुवन सिर कनक मुकुट झलके, दुवन श्रुति कुंडल भल हलके। दुवन दृग प्रेम सुधा छलके, चसीले बैल रसीले नैन, रसीले सैन। दुहुन मैनन मनहारी की बनवारी नथवारी। आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी। दुहुनी दृग चितवनी परवारी, दुहुनी लट लट कनी छवि न्यारी। दुहुनी भाव मट कनी अति प्यारी। रसन मुख पान हसन मुस्कान, दशन दमकान। दुहुनी बेसर छवि नारी की बनवारी नथवारी। आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी। एक और पीतांबर फहरे, एक और नीलांबर लहरे। दुहन और लर मोतिन चहरे, कांकनन खनक किंकिनिन झनक। नूपुरन भनक, दुहुन रुन झुन धुनि प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी। आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी। एक सिर मोर मुकुट राजे, एक सिर चूनरी छवि छाजे। दुहुन सिर तिरछे भल भ्राजे, संग ब्रज बाल लाडली लाल। बाह गलदार कृपालु दुहुन दृग चारी की बनवारी नथवारी। आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी।
वाली यस्य साक्षात् भगवती ज्ञानदीपप्रदे गुरौ मर्त्यासधीः श्रुतं तस्य सर्वं कुञ्जरशोचवत् एष वै भगवान् साक्षात् प्रधान पुरुषेश्वरः योगेश्वरैर्विमृग्यान्घ्रिर्लोकोऽयं मन्यते नरम् यमुना निकटतटस्थित वृन्दावनकानने महारम्ये कल्पद्रुमतलभूमौ चरणं चरणो परिस्थाप्य तिष्ठन्तं घननीलं स्वतेजसा भासयन्तमिह विश्वं पीताम्बरपरिधानं चन्दनकर्पूरलिप्त सर्वाङ्गम् कर्णपूर्णनेत्रं कुण्डलयुगमण्डितश्रवणं मन्दस्मितमुखकमलं सकौस्तुभोदार मणिहारं वलयाङ्गुलीयकाद्या नुज्ज्वलयन्तं स्वलङ्कारान् गलविलुलितवनमालं स्वतेजसा पास्तकलिकालं गुञ्जारवाणिकलितं गुञ्जापुञ्जान्विते शिरसि भुञ्जानं सह गोपैः कुञ्जान्तर्वर्तिनं नमत मन्दारपुष्पवास्थित मन्दानिलसेवित परानन्दं मन्दाकिनी युतपदं नमत महानन्ददं महापुरुषं सुरभिकृतदिग्वलयं सुरभिशतैरावृतः परितः सुरभितिक्षपणमः सुरभीमं यादवं नमत धनी गुरुवर धाम निवास सुनो मन पुण्यन पुंज सोपाए जो बनी दीन प्रपन्न रहो गुरु के नित सेवा सुताहि रिझाई जो मन ते हरि को गुरु को सुमिरो रसना सो सदा गुण गाए जो क्षण भंगुर जीवन जानी मना क्षण हो जनी व्यर्थ गवाए जो सब धामन वारो वृंदावन पे और वृंदावन हो गुरु धाम पैवारो जो गुरु के पद प्रीति जुरी तो जो चली आवे गो ब्रह्म विचारो है हरि निर्मल भक्तन को गुरु है अधमों को उदाहरण हारो और को गुरु हो या न हो गुरु मेरो कृपालो सुभाग हमारो और को गुरु हो या न हो गुरु मेरो कृपालो सुभाग हमारो। बोलिए श्रीमद् सतगुरु सरकार की जय। श्री रासेश्वरी राधा रानी की जय। भक्ति धाम की जय। श्री राधा माधव धाम की जय। जय जय श्री राधे। जय जय श्री राधे। जय जय श्री राधे।
प्रथमं सद्गुरुं वन्दे श्रीकृष्णं तदनन्तरम् गुरु पाद Shri Krishnastatmanaam Dhyanamoolam Gururmurti Pujamulam Gururpadam Mantramulam Gururvakyam Bhaktimulam Gururkripa Yasyaikani Shvasitakalmathavalambhya Jivanti loma vilaja Jagadandanatha Vishnur Mahan Saiha Yasya Kala Vishesho Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Namah Kamalnabhaya Namah Kamaline Namah Kamalpadaya Namaste Kamale Kshana Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam Yo Vaivedanscha Prahinoti Tasmai Tagvangha Devamatma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukchurvai Sharanamaham Prapadye. Dear devotees, we're celebrating Guru Poornima this weekend, starting with our intensive today. And tonight I'll be explaining the same kirtan that we were singing this afternoon. Jayati Guruvar, Jayati Guruvar, Jayati Guruvar Pyare. So let us sing the first line and then I'll begin explaining. Jayati Guruvar, Jayati Guruvar, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे,
जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे,
जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर, गुरुवर प्यारे, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे,
जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे,
जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे,
जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे।
Each one of Maharajji's kirtan is based on the Shastras, Ved, Shrimat Padavakya Pramana Paravarina. This is part of Shri Maharajji's title, and in this title we learn that every vakya, every phrase or word or sentence spoken by Shri Maharajji is authoritative, and everything coordinates with the holy scriptures of Sanatana Dharma. So we see in many of his kirtan, some of them are very obvious because you recognize just from listening to his lectures, when you're reading through his kirtan, you can recognize, oh, Maharajji wrote this line because it says that in Ved, it says that in Bhagavatam. So here in this kirtan, Jayati Guruvar, Shri Maharajji has beautifully explained in simple Hindi language about the philosophy of Guru. So let us go through a few of the lines, and in this way we can review the importance of Guru, the relationship between a soul and the Guru. What benefit does the Guru give to us? and so on and so on. There are many points. So the first one itself is worth a big long lecture, but I'll try to keep it a little short. Tu hi Brahma, tu hi Vishnu, tu hi Shankar pyare. Of course, this is based on that one shlok that you've all probably recited many, many times. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shree Gurave Namaha. I prostrate to the divine Guru because my Guru is Brahma, my Guru is Vishnu, my Guru is Shankar, my Guru is Sakshat Brahm. Sakshat means the real thing right there in front of you. My Guru is God himself. Guru is Brahma. There's a big, important philosophy behind this. We have all done bhakti in our past lifetimes, and whatever merit of our devotion we have accumulated, whatever bhav, whatever heart purification, all of that comes forward to us in this life. It becomes a part of our destiny. Our prarabdha includes what progress we made in our bhakti in our previous life, which of course happened with the help of a true guru. When we're born into this life, we're born with what we already earned in the past life. That you will, however much your mind was attracted to God because of the seva you did to your guru, because of the grace you received. So you built up that attraction, that desire for God. Exactly that amount you will get automatically in this life. You will automatically be pulled towards God in the same amount. You will automatically understand certain spiritual truths, even though you might not be able to give a lecture on it as a small child, but the knowledge is still there in your mind, and all you have to do is hear it once, and you just say, oh yes, that's right, I know that. That's because you learned it and accepted it in your past life. All of these things carry over. But how do we go further ahead? They come to us in the form of our sanskars. So someone may have done a lot of devotion in their past life, and they got a good sanskar in this life for some time. So they may even get some experiences of bhav because of that. But they haven't met a guru yet. They haven't surrendered to a guru. Yet they may have some experiences in devotion, but not stable. It comes with a good sanskar, and then they say, oh, I don't know what happened. How come I don't have those feelings anymore? How come I don't get those experiences anymore? Because they haven't surrendered to a saint in this life who opens up further experiences with them. They only have what they earned in the past life, but they're unable to go further ahead. Even if they read books, listen to some lectures, but in their heart they haven't accepted a true saint as their guru in this life, they won't be able to go further ahead. They'll just be able to enjoy the benefit of whatever they earned from their previous lifetime's bhakti. This is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Ji says, Naam naam kari bahudha nij sarva shaktis tatrarpita niyamitah smarane nakala etadrishi tava kripa bhagavan mamapi Durdaivami drishamiha janinanurag. O Krishna, you are so benevolent that you have put all of your powers in your name. So a person has everything they need to come close to you right there in your name. All of your power, you yourself are in your name. But it is my durdaiva, it is my misfortune that I do not feel any love while chanting your name. What is this durdaiva? Misfortune, bad luck. It's bad destiny, right? It's our bad prarabdha. And where does bad prarabdha come from? We did some namaparad. We had some negative thinking about God or a true saint in our past life. And that gets stored up in here like a blockage, like a pollution in our heart that prevents us from experiencing the bliss of Krishna's name. It prevents us from going further ahead in our devotion on our own. So you see, even if someone has Shri Krishna's name and they know I have to chant the name, and they even know I have to do Rup Dhyan, somehow they know. But in this life, they haven't accepted a saint who can grace them. They haven't surrendered to a saint. They can do all the kirtan and even all the Rup Dhyan they want. And that durdaiva will remain. That blockage in the heart that prevents that person from going further ahead, from either experiencing bhav or whatever bhav they have is unstable because it comes and goes with their sanskars. So they won't gain stability in their devotional experience, or you can say they won't be able to go further ahead. This is why we call the Guru Brahma. The Guru is Brahma because when we surrender to the Guru does Kripa, and that Kripa enters our heart and starts cleaning up those past transgressions, that pollution that blocks us from our devotional experience. Shri Krishna is right here. His name is right here for us to take. His form is omnipresent, and we can even meditate on that form, and yet we may feel nothing while doing Rup Dhyan or while chanting his name. Why? Because of the blockage from our past bad sanskars, spiritual transgressions we've done. All of that is blocking in here, and there's no way for us to clean it up. Vajralepo bhavishyati. Vedavyasji says, when somebody does namaparad, there's no way to redeem that sin. You can redeem sins as heinous as murder, because that's one category of sin. That is a sin against a mayic being in this world. But a sin against a divine personality, God or Guru, that is called namaparad. There's no prayaschit. There's no way of redeeming that described in our scriptures. There's a formulaic way to redeem every other type of sin that you may do against a mayic personality. Just do this kind of charity, this type of Vedic ceremony. There's a whole prescription for each and every sin to redeem the effect of that sin. But there's no such prescription for redeeming the effect of namaparad. There's only one method: surrender to a guru in this life. And that guru just graces you in your heart and starts cleaning, starts removing all those blockages. So that durdaiva is with us to stay. That misfortune is with us to stay. Even if we try to do devotion on our own, or we try to do any kind of prayaschit described in Ved, we can't overcome that misfortune but through one method: the grace of a God-realized saint, the true Guru. So this is why the Guru is called Brahma, because Guru has to sprout that devotion in your heart. Guru has to prepare the soil and then sprout that seed of devotion. So Guru is the creator because he brings forth that devotional bhav in the heart of one who is surrendered to him. And Guru is Vishnu because Guru also has to protect. Chipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat chantim nigacchati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Gita. Although this shlok is for a saint, Shri Krishna is telling that my bhakt can never fall, but it can be applied to a sadhak as well, because the one who is following the path of bhakti, they're doing devotion to Shri Krishna, under the protection of a true saint, that person is protected from falling from the path. My devotee can never fall, Shri Krishna says. Vishnu is the protector, right? Tatha namadhav tavaka kvachit bhrashyanti marga tvai baddha sauhrida tvaya bhigupta vicharanti nirbhaya. Bhagavatam. O Krishna, you reside in the heart of your devotees and you prevent them from falling from the path. So it is actually in the form of the Guru that Shri Krishna protects his devotees from falling. On the path of bhakti, with the protection of the Guru, because Guru is Vishnu, so he has to protect, the devotee does not and cannot fall from the path. Even a sincere jnani or yogi who's sincerely trying to follow the path, not fooling around, not being lazy or careless, sincerely trying to follow the path, they may fall many, many times. And in the end, they may lose their path altogether. And a devotee following the path of bhakti with the protection of Shri Krishna through the Guru can never fall from the path as long as they remain sincere. Even a sincere jnani may fall from his path. It's so difficult, and he has no such protection of Shri Krishna. But a sincere devotee can never fall from the path, no matter what kind of bad sanskar comes. No matter what that devotee is going through, as long as they remain sincere in their desire to follow the path, they will not fall. This is the Guru's protection. So Guru brings forth the feeling of bhav of that devotee, and Guru protects that devotee's feelings. Even through the hardest of times, that bhav, whatever you've gained, is protected by the Guru, so that you will always continue to move forward on the path. And Guru is Shankar. Gumrautiti Guru. Guru means Gu, Maya, Ru, Nikalne Wale. The one who can remove Maya or end the bondage of Maya for a soul, that is the Guru. Shankar is the destroyer, right? So Guru destroys the bondage of Maya on that soul. Therefore, Guru is Brahma, Guru is Vishnu, Guru is Shankar. We can sing this line. Tu hi Brahma, tu hi Vishnu, tu hi Shankar pyare. Tu hi Brahma, tu hi Vishnu, tu hi Shankar pyare. Tu hi Shankar pyare.
Tu hi Brahma, tu hi Vishnu, tu hi Shankar pyare. Tu hi
शंकर प्यारे।
तू ही ब्रह्मा तू ही विष्णु तू ही शंकर प्यारे। तू ही ब्रह्मा तू ही विष्णु तू ही शंकर प्यारे। तू ही शंकर प्यारे।
तू ही ब्रह्मा तू ही विष्णु तू ही शंकर प्यारे। तू ही ब्रह्मा तू ही विष्णु तू ही शंकर प्यारे। तू ही शंकर प्यारे।
तेरे पाछे चलत नटवर चहत पद रज प्यारे। अनुब्रजाम्यहं नित्यं पूयेत्यंघ्रिरेणुभिः। Bhagavatam. Shri Krishna says, I follow along behind my bhaktas, those saints who have surrendered to Shri Krishna and attained him. I follow along behind them. So someone might think, that must be so that he can protect them. Shri Krishna says, no, puyeyeti anghrirenubhihi. I want to bathe in the foot dust of my devotee saints. He loves them that much. He says, Puyeyeti, I'll be purified by it. Imagine, Supreme God, who is supremely, divinely pure, nothing could ever stain him. He's saying, I want to purify myself by getting the foot dust of my saints on my head. I want to bathe in that foot dust. Such is Shri Krishna's love and respect, such esteem he holds those who have surrendered to him. Imagine, in this world, you don't really gain much by humbleness, by surrender. Right? In the world, you're taught you have to fight for what you want. Strive, ambition, get ahead. In devotion, it's the opposite, surrender. You want to bring Supreme God under your control? Surrender to him. Give yourself to him. That's it. And he said, you gave yourself to me? Then you're the greatest. And then he follows behind you forever, because he wants your foot dust on his head. This is the greatness of bhakti, the greatness of surrender, and of course the soft-heartedness of Shri Krishna. But the main thing for us to keep in mind with regard to the Guru is, with what regard do we hold Radha Krishna? We should hold the Guru in even higher regard, because Radha Krishna follow behind the Guru to get his foot dust on their head. Guru ki mutti mein hari sabko bata de, Maharaj ji said in Radha Govind Dham. Guru ki sharan mein gahu Govind Radhe. Guru ki mutti mein hari sabko bata de. Guru holds Krishna in the palm of his hand. So if you want Krishna, just surrender to the Guru. You'll get Krishna automatically. So this is the meaning of this next line. Jayati Guru Var, Jayati Guru Var, Jayati Guru Var Pyare. Jayati Guru Var, Jayati Guru Var, Jayati Guru गुरुवर प्यारे, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे।
जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे। जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे। जयति गुरुवर प्यारे।
तेरे पाछे चलत नटवर, चाहत पद रज प्यारे। तेरे पाछे चलत नटवर, चाहत पद रज प्यारे। चाहत पद रज प्यारे।
तेरे पाछे चलत नटवर, चाहत पद रज प्यारे। तेरे पाछे चलत नटवर, चाहत पद रज प्यारे। चाहत पद रज प्यारे।
तेरे पाछे चलत नटवर, चाहत पद रज प्यारे। तेरे पाछे चलत नटवर, चाहत पद रज प्यारे। चाहत पद रज प्यारे।
तेरे पाछे चलत नटवर, चाहत पद रज प्यारे। तेरे पाछे चलत नटवर, चाहत पद रज प्यारे। चाहत पद रज प्यारे।
हरि ही भावे शुद्ध जन, तो ही पतित भावे प्यारे. Shri Krishna will only come to a soul when that soul's heart has been fully purified. Nirmal man jan so mohi pava, mohi kapat chhal chhidra na bhava. Bhagwan Ram says, I will come to that soul, or that soul can come to me whose heart is pure. I cannot be seen, I cannot come close to someone who has kapat chhal chhidra, meaning all the things we have wrong in here, all the impurity, that keeps him away. He says, nope, I can't come to you until you clean this out. So who does the cleaning? I told you before, Guru. Guru does the cleaning. It's all that impurity that keeps us from experiencing bhav when we chant Krishna's name, or it keeps us from experiencing bhav when we do Rup Dhyan. And it is the Guru who does that work, the cleaning work. In this world, if you ask people to rank in a hierarchy different types of work that could be done, although we as devotees crave for that kind of seva. No, let me do the cleaning, right? But in the world, if you look at it, people will say, oh, cleaning work is the lowest. Who wants to do cleaning? you pay somebody else to do it. So Guru does that cleaning work for us. Imagine what is the most dirtiest, most impure thing you can imagine in this world. We have much more than that in here, from uncountable lifetimes of sins and spiritual transgressions, and the Guru is willing to clean that for us. So here this difference between God and Guru is being highlighted, that, oh Krishna, you will come, you love the souls who have a pure heart, but Guru takes care of the souls who are fallen, the ones who still have work to do. Of course, it is only Krishna who sends the Guru to us, or it is Krishna who comes to us in the form of the Guru. So it's not that Krishna is hard-hearted, but we have to keep in mind that we will not see Krishna until the Guru has finished his work. So we rely on the Guru to join us with Shri Krishna, to bring us to Shri Krishna. It is with his grace, yatha yathatma parimrijyate sau mat punyagatha shravanabhidhanai tatha tatha pashyati vastu sukshmam chakshuryathaivanjana samprayuktam. Bhagavatam. Shri Krishna says, the more someone listens to and engrosses their mind in my leelas, the more their heart gets purified. But it's not just listening to the leelas. The Guru has to be doing his work too. So when the Guru we're surrendered to a Guru and we're listening to the leelas through that saint. Then what happens? Just like a person who has some temporary blindness can take some ointment and place it on their eyes and they gradually regain their eyesight. Similarly, the devotee, as their heart purifies, they start actually seeing Krishna. Not just imagining him in their Roop Dhyan, but when they're doing Roop Dhyan, they start seeing him for real. We call that Bhav Rupi Krishna. It's like abhas of the real Krishna. It's not the ultimate divine vision, but it's not your imagination either. It's Krishna, but through a veil. And that veil gets thinner and thinner, and the experience of Krishna's closeness becomes more and more real, more and more intense. Just like a person who couldn't see anything and then they can see shadows and then they can see fuzzy forms and then finally they can see colors and eventually everything comes into focus. With the Guru's grace, when we chant Krishna's name, engross our mind in his leelas, do Roop Dhyan, our heart gradually purifies and the experience of bhav, the experience of Krishna's closeness gets more and more. So this is the Guru's work, and Guru does all that quietly without telling anyone. All we have to do is join our mind with him, and Guru does this free of charge, without admitting to it even. If you were to ask him, and yet Guru is taking care of however many souls are surrendered to him by gracing them in this way. Hari bhave shuddha jan tohi patit bhave pyare. Hari bhave shuddha jan tohi patit bhave pyare. Patit bhave pyare.
Hari bhave shuddha jan tohi patit bhave pyare. Hari bhave shuddha jan tohi patit bhave
शुद्ध जन तो ही पतित भावे प्यारे, हरि ही भावे शुद्ध जन तो ही पतित भावे प्यारे, पतित भावे प्यारे।
हरि भावे शुद्ध जन तोहि पतित भावे प्यारे, हरि भावे शुद्ध जन तोहि पतित भावे प्यारे, पतित भावे प्यारे।
तू करावे ज्ञान हरि को श्रुति पुराणन प्यारे. One of the overt graces that the Guru does for us, meaning something we can actually see and recognize with our own eyes, not just an internal experience, is that Guru gives us tattva gyan, the correct spiritual knowledge. This cannot be received from just anyone. Uttishthata jagratya prapyavaran nibodhata, Kathopanishad. Go to the one who has already attained God in order to receive correct spiritual knowledge. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Gita. Go to the God-realized saint and upadekshyanti te jnanam. The Guru will teach you, the Guru will advise you and give you all the tattva gyan. Who are you? Who is Krishna? What is your relationship to Krishna? Tu batave hari milan ki sadhana bhi pyare. So the basic knowledge of Brahma, Jeev, Maya, and then how do you meet Shri Krishna? What is the path? Guru explains all of that. In other words, Guru has to condense the knowledge of all these scriptures. Shruti Puranan means all the Vedas, all the Puran, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Darshan Shastras, all of those scriptures. The Guru takes the essence from all of that, and knowing our limited state of mind, our limited attention span and lifespan, Guru tells us what we need to know. Just straight to the point, getting right down to business, not messing around with unnecessary tangents of this philosophy and that philosophy, just what you need to know and what you have to do. This is how the Guru presents the philosophy to us, and those who are hungry for God take that, they understand it, and then they practice. So this is the very beginning. Without this, nothing happens. You have to know, you have to understand all of these points and remove the confusions, then the path becomes clear. So for this also, Guru is anivarya. We can't even take step one without the Guru. We haven't learned anything in this world without a teacher. How could we learn about who is God? And what do we have to do to reach God? Such a high goal beyond our imagination and beyond our experience. We need a teacher, and not just any teacher, but a qualified teacher. So this is where the Guru also does his work, not only secretly and quietly gracing us to purify our heart, but before we even get to that point of practicing bhakti, Guru has to explain all the philosophy to us. तू करावे ज्ञान हरि को श्रुति पुराणन प्यारे तू करावे ज्ञान हरि को श्रुति पुराणन प्यारे श्रुति पुराणन प्यारे
तू करावे ज्ञान हरि को श्रुति पुराणन प्यारे तू करावे ज्ञान हरि को श्रुति पुराणन प्यारे श्रुति पुराणन प्यारे
तू बतावे हरि मिलन की साधना भी प्यारे तू बतावे हरि मिलन की साधना भी प्यारे साधना भी प्यारे
तू बतावे हरि मिलन की साधना भी प्यारी तू बतावे हरि मिलन की साधना भी प्यारे साधना भी प्यारे.
So the Guru explains the philosophy to us, explains the path to us, and then graces us as we follow that path, cleaning our heart and protecting us so that we don't fall from the path. This will take a soul right up to complete heart purification. Shuddha mana ho jaya to. When your heart is completely purified, then what? Your effort was required for that because you had to make the effort of following the Guru's instructions, practicing bhakti according to the prescribed method that the Guru told you. But once your heart is completely purified, you can do no more. You did your work, you purified your heart, but your heart is still mayik. So now what? Now Guru gives Swarup Shakti. Or you can say, actually, as you were purifying your heart, the more your heart and mind were getting attached to the Guru, Guru was already starting to give you Swarup Shakti. Think of your heart, your antahkaran, like a sponge. At first it was dry. And then drops of ras, drops of grace started falling on that sponge and it started soaking it up. Eventually the sponge is completely saturated. So as we attach our mind to the Guru, we start receiving that personal power of Shri Krishna called Swarup Shakti. Due to that effect, we start experiencing bhav and we start experiencing bhav-rupi Shri Krishna. In other words, our mind is getting permeated gradually by this divine power. That's why we start actually taking on Shri Krishna's godly qualities. The positive qualities start coming in our mind more and more, and negative qualities get suppressed. But when the heart is fully purified, that means the heart is completely permeated with Swarup Shakti. So now what? It becomes divine. Guru makes your mind divine. Now your bartan is complete, your patra, that vessel in which you want to receive Krishna's love. Now the vessel has not only been purified, but divinized. So now you have a divine vessel that could hold that divine power. Swarup Shakti, what I told you, made your mind divine, that has an essence. It is the power of bliss. Ahladini Shakti. Ahladini Shakti has an essence. It is called Prem, Prema Shakti, Shri Krishna's divine love. That divine love is the supreme power of the divine world. The most potent thing in existence that even keeps Shri Krishna under its spell. That divine power is given to the soul who has surrendered selflessly to a rasic saint. So once our heart is divine, into that divine heart, our Guru gives prem. Tu prema bhi de pyare. You did all that work, Guruji, getting me to this point, and in the end, it's also your job to give me the prem dan. It is through the Guru that we receive Shri Krishna's prem, Shri Krishna's divine love. So now we have an idea, to some extent, of the Guru's job description. If Guruji was going to write, sometimes managers make the people that they manage write your job description. I want to understand exactly what you do. So Guru does so much. You could write and never stop writing, and you never list the whole thing. But in general, we can understand what Guru does for us, gives us tattva gyan, teaches us the path, helps us follow the path, graces us internally while we're following the path, cleans up our past transgressions, cleans our heart, gives us bhav, makes our heart divine, gives us Shri Krishna's prem, and then Guru hi Sakshat Parabrahma. Then we get the divine vision of Radha Krishna. And guess what? Then we realize, oh, it was my Guru all along. Guru is Radha Krishna. I thought it was someone else. I thought I was trying to get to Radha Krishna, but they were here in the form of my Guru all along. More about that we'll hear about in the next couple of lines. Shuddha man ho jaye to tu prem bhi de pyare. Shuddha man ho jaye to tu prem bhi de pyare. Prem bhi de pyare. कहत नारद भक्ति दर्शन एक हरि गुरु प्यारे तस्मिंस्तज्जने भेदा भावात. There is no difference, there is abhed between Hari and Guru, God and the God-realized saint. If you have two entities, you could try to compare them and say which one is bigger, which one is better, this one is smaller, this one is greater, or both are equal. Like some would say God is greater than Guru because God is God. Na tat samaschabhyadhika kutonya. No one could be greater than God. What to say of being equal? I mean, God is God. Everybody knows that. So, Shvetashvatara Upanishad says, No one is greater than God. Natvat samostyabhyadhika kutonyo. Gita, Arjun says, oh, no one could be equal to or greater than you, Krishna. So everybody knows this. God is the greatest. You can't compare a soul to God. Even so many souls have become God-realized. How can we say they're equal to God? A soul is still a soul even after God realization. And if you want to say they're equal, because God gives all of his power to that soul who surrenders to him, so then how could you say God is greater? Someone could argue, no, now Guru has all the power. Sarva Deva Mayo Guru, Bhagavatam. Whatever power Shri Krishna has, unlimited Sat, unlimited Chit, unlimited Anand, he gave it all to the Guru. So Guru's equal to God now? Okay, both, you could argue both points. Guru is great, God is greater because he's God. No one could be greater than God. Guru and God are equal because God gave all of his power to the Guru, so now they become equal. But someone could also argue that Guru is greater than God because of what I explained before. From the point of view of our self-interest, Guru is greater because God only comes to the soul when the heart is fully purified, but Guru does all the hard work. Cleaning our heart, teaching us the path, holding our hand along the way, getting us up to the point when we are qualified to meet Shri Krishna. Guru did all of that work, therefore, Guru is greater than God. All 3 points could be argued, and all 3 points are correct. Guru is greater, that's also correct. God is greater, that's also correct. And both are equal, that's also correct. But in the Bhagavatam, Shri Krishna says, no, there's a fourth perspective, which is the absolutely correct one. Acharyam mam vijaniyan navamanyeta karhichit namartya buddhya suyeta sarvadeva mayo guru. He says, I am the Guru. Acharyam mam vijaniyat. Know me to be the Guru, the Acharya. So Shri Krishna himself comes in the form of the Guru. Therefore, there is no difference. So you can't even compare God and Guru because you compare two different separate entities. You don't compare the same entity to itself. This is what Naraji is saying. Tasmins tajjane bheda bhavat. There is absolutely no difference between God and Guru. Therefore, Ved tells us, Bhakti jasa hari ki karahu tas bhakti karu guru pyare. Whatever bhakti you have for God, have the same for Guru. Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha gurau tasyaite kathita hyartha prakashante mahatmanah. Shvetashvatra Upanishad says, whatever bhakti you have for Shri Krishna, love your Guru in the same way. So whether we have dasya bhav, sakhya bhav, vatsalya bhav, madhurya bhav for Shri Krishna, with the very same bhav we should love and worship the Guru. This is what Ved tells us. This is what Naraji tells us. And finally, the last line that we'll sing tonight. Knowing all of this, we can understand line number 10. ये screen बंद क्यों है भाई? गुरु ही ऋण ते उऋण नहीं को प्राण हूं दे प्यारे. The rin, the debt that we owe to the Guru for everything that I just described to you, can never be repaid. In this world, there's a limit to everything. So there's a limit to how much debt you could owe to someone, and there's always a way to repay it if given enough time. But even if you gave not only this life, but uncountable lifetimes to your Guru, you couldn't repay the debt that you owe. Guru ensured our divine attainment. Guru gave us that prem, Shri Krishna's prem that brings Shri Krishna under our control. And because of that, Shri Krishna will be following behind us, desiring for our foot dust on his head. Guru gave us that status. What could we ever give in return? There is no price you could pay to get that thing. How can you buy God? You got God under your control. You got God surrendered to you. And Guru made that happen. How could you pay for that? How could you buy that? You can't. So that's why even if you gave unlimited lifetimes as a payment to try to free yourself from that debt to the Guru, you could never free yourself. So you have to admit that, Guruji, I will always be indebted to you. And that's also to our advantage, because to pay off a debt, what do? You serve somebody. So Guruji, that means I have to be in your service forever and ever. That's to our benefit as well. So this much we have studied by looking at these lines of Shri Maharajji's Jayati Guruvar Kirtan. We'll sing these last few lines now. Kahat Narad Bhakti Darshan Ek Hari Guru Pyare. Kahat Narad Bhakti Darshan Ek Hari Guru Pyare. Ek Hari Guru Pyare.
Kahat Narad Bhakti Darshan Ek Hari Guru Pyare. Kahat Narad Bhakti Darshan Ek Hari Guru Pyare. Ek Hari Guru Pyare.
Bhakti jas Hari ki karahu tas, Bhakti karu Guru Pyare. Bhakti jas Hari ki karahu tas, Bhakti karu Guru Pyare. Bhakti karu Guru Pyare.
Bhakti jas Hari ki karahu tas, Bhakti karu Guru Pyare. Bhakti jas Hari ki karahu tas, Bhakti karu Guru Pyare. Bhakti karu Guru Pyare.
Guru hi ऋण ते उऋण नहीं को, प्राण हूँ दे प्यारे. गुरु ही ऋण ते उऋण नहीं को, प्राण हूँ दे प्यारे. प्राण हूँ दे प्यारे.
गुरु ही ऋण ते उऋण नहीं को, प्राण हूँ दे प्यारे. गुरु ही ऋण ते उऋण नहीं को,
जयति गुरुवर जयति गुरुवर जयति गुरुवर प्यारे जयति गुरुवर जयति गुरुवर जयति गुरुवर प्यारे जयति गुरुवर प्यारे
जयति गुरुवर जयति गुरुवर जयति गुरुवर प्यारे जयति गुरुवर जयति गुरुवर जयति गुरुवर प्यारे जयति गुरुवर प्यारे।
श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की
जय।
जगतगुरु श्री कृपालु जी महाराज की
जय।
The program this evening will be continuing until 10 o'clock. And shortly, after a little bit more kirtan, Gopeshwari Didi is going to be explaining to us about Brahman Ghat and also showing us a special video. Keep in mind, tomorrow's morning's schedule is a little earlier, so Didi's not here. I think we're planning, she'll probably tell you more, but the official Aarti time is 6, but I think we're showing a video of Maharajji's chanting from 5:30.